This is the CPQ tool that you see here on the screen. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a timer. As you can see, there's it times out in 60 minutes. So you can see here, I've been in the CPQ tool for about 52 minutes now. So within the CPQ, this is where you can name your project. If you're working on a pretty good size MiVoice business opportunity or anything, you can just give your project a name here. I'm going to use Jenny, of course. Again, if you configure a multi-location, maybe 3 to 4 sites or maybe more, we encourage you to check the configuration multi-node checkbox here. Again, if you're doing a multi-site configuration, you can always name your headquarters sites. You can give it like Jenny headquarters here. And then you select the mode to use. Within the select mode to use, this is where you select your system. Like we have the MiVoice Business, MiVoice Connect, your 400, your 250. And then if you want to let's say if you just want to order some devices for existing customers, this is where you would choose your different devices for the IP sets or wireless sets. And then if you want to add an application to your existing configuration, like the Mitel Border Gateway, things of that sort, or contact center, this is where you would add your different applications. But in this demo, I'm just going to choose the MiVoice Business solution here. Again, if this is a new customer, you want to make sure that you select new customer, and you want to make sure that it's saying United States of America. If this was an existing customer, you want to add an existing site, of course, you can actually select existing customer, and you can search here by your different customer names. Okay, by campaigns. This is where you're going to see your different promotions like Speedway 25, Speedway 50, add an app. So our promotions now is going to be considered campaigns, and you'll see those different campaigns here, and you will select those campaigns here. So once you make your selection, you select your type of solution, you select the Start button. And the next thing you're going to get is the end customer information. Again, you can complete this now or you can complete it later. But one of the things I wanted to stress, if you're planning on using this configuration, if you want to place the order, use this configuration, we encourage you to enter an end user name. Again, you can complete it now or later. So I'm going to jump right into a configuration. If you notice here in the price list selection, it says the Mitel price list. This is the price list set by Jenny. So you notice that we launched our new MPI pricing. So once you launch your CPQ2, you're going to see either MPI, Gold, Civic, Authorized, which is set by Jenny. And then the Mitel sale price is normally the Mitel list price here. Again, it's a type of sale. This is a new system. Or you also, if this was an existing customer, if you want to add on, you would select System Expansion Add-on. But in this configuration, I'm just going to treat this as a new system. So we're just going to move right along. You can actually move to the next page here by these arrow buttons, or you can just go to the next, what I want to say, the next heading, which is the base configuration. Once you're in the base configuration, you also have these sub-menus here, which is deployment-based system, hardware slots, options, etc. This is where you select your type of users. If it's a standalone system, you can select standalone users or enterprise. If you want to get information about these different types of options, of course, we have the information icon here that kind of gives you a list of what's included in that standalone or enterprise user. So I'm going to leave it here as enterprise for 16 users. And as the method of deployment in this particular demo, I'm going to switch it from virtual to controller hardware. So once I'm done with that, I can just move to the next sub-menu here, which is the base system. And you notice within this configuration mode, the system automatically choose the different controllers based on your first selection. So again, I'm just going to leave it here at this type of controller, with the MiVoice Business software. Again, you can always put your cursor over the icon to get more information. I want the system to configure the MMC slots mode modules. And then once I'm done with that, I'm just going to move over to our devices. This is where we select our different devices like the 6900 series phones. I'm going to choose in this example about 10 20s, 10 30s, 10 40s. I'm going to add some accessories, maybe the DECT headset. So once I make my device and accessory selection, I can move over to if I want to add consoles or any type of wireless devices, etc. For sake of time, it's going to move over to our ports. And this is where we can add our SIP trunks or our digital links for our T1. So I'm going to put in about 2 links for our T1s and maybe put in some 10 SIP trunks. And then I'm going to move over to our licenses. So based on the number of phones that I selected, you see the system automatically put in 30 number of UCC license required. But here I have an option to choose what type of UC licenses to pick, excuse me here. So within this example, if I want to know what's covered under the UCC standard user licenses, again, you have the information icon, and I'm going to put in about 30 here in this example. If I wanted to add any MiTeam meeting applications to a couple of users, I'm going to select maybe 5 here. And then we're just going to move on. For the sake of time, again, in this particular demo, we have our Speedway program here. Again, this is going to move to our home screen where you're going to see things like campaigns. So I'm not going to, in this particular example, I'm not going to choose the promotion. I'm not going to choose it in this particular demo. For services, this is where you want to maybe, the system always default to 1-year software assurance, but if you want to increase it to more than 1 year, you can select 2 up to 5 years of software assurance. If you want to change it from standard, which is normally 8-5 support, to 24/7 support, you can change it from standard to premium. If you want to uplift your software assurance to the MiTeam Performance Analytic, which is actually a support to manage the network of your system. I'm just going to leave it at standard support for now. Again, in the summary tab, this gives you basically a summary of what you have selected. These are 16 users. The type of UCC standard licenses are 30, etc. Now in the results tab, this is where you're going to see the buy price as well as the sale price. Again, the sale price is really the Mitel list price. The buy price is the price set by Jenny. Again, it gives you an overview of what you selected by the part number, description, and the quantity. Again, it's going to show the buy price as well as the sale price. Now, when you move over to your quote tab, this is important because the quote tab is actually the sale price to the end user. So if you want to, if I scroll down to the bottom of the screen, if you want to share this with your customer, make sure that it's in the quote tab and make sure you select the Excel button here. Again, within the quote tab, you have the option to adjust your buy price to the customer. You can adjust it based on the entire solution. If you put a discount here, maybe 5%, it adjusts across the entire configuration, or you can actually adjust it by the different SKUs or different sections of your configuration. Again, I just want to repeat, this is where you would share the end user price to the customer in the quote tab. Now, when you move over to the order tab, this is the pricing that you are buying the solution from Jenny. So remember, the order tab is the price that you're buying it from Jenny. You do not want to show the order tab information to the end customer. So again, this is the buy price for the different products, for the different applications or part numbers. And again, here's the entire buy price to Jenny for the entire solution. So let's say if you need additional discount to win this opportunity. Let's say if you're competing with, let's say, Cisco, you may be competing with RingCentral or, Avaya, and you need additional discount to win this opportunity. We encourage you to register the opportunity. First of all, you need to register the opportunity with Mitel through the MiAccess Portal, Partner Portal. And once you register the opportunity, you're going to get a unique ID. And a unique ID is normally like a MANO number, M-A-N-O number. In this particular example, I have already registered this opportunity, and I'm going to choose the unique ID. You can copy and paste this unique ID into this window here. And once you enter the unique ID, you select the Load Data from CRM. So you're going to get this dialog box here. If there was an error message, it will let you know if you chose the incorrect unique ID. So within this example, I chose the correct unique ID. I'm going to select Close. And then what I encourage you guys to do to move further, we need to update the customer information. So as I stated earlier, you can complete the end user information once your configuration is done. The only thing that we have to add is the industry, the type of industry. So I'm going to choose maybe construction for this particular type of industry. All right, so we have loaded the CRM, the CRM information. We added the industry to the customer information. Now I want to request additional discount for this opportunity. So within the project evaluation overview section here, I'm going to request additional discount. So here is where competitors, you would enter, if you know who you're competing against, like Avaya, Cisco, RingCentral, 8x8, etc. Put that information there in this section. Right here is where it says partner justification. We want to know, what are you planning on offering the customer, the end user, to win this opportunity? Again, we stress if you put as much information here to share with us or share with Jenny, what are you planning to do to win this opportunity? So maybe you wanted to reduce the installation by 10%. And maybe you want to extend the warranty for maybe 30 days or 60 days. Let's say 90 days here. All right, once you put in your justification and then you select your discount type. If this is a new opportunity, you want to select deal. Maybe you want, if you were configuring a solution for an in-house system, maybe you want to use the Mitel solution as your in-house system. Of course, you would choose in-house for additional discount. But in this particular example, I'm going to choose a deal because you're, competing against competitors for this opportunity. So you select OK. And this is where you would put in your additional discount. You said maybe I need additional 5 points for this particular opportunity to win this opportunity. So you just put in 5 here. And the 5% will populate across the entire solution. So you can see that once I enter the 5, it will populate across the entire solution. One thing I want to bring to your attention, we do not give any additional discount on software assurance. So if you notice anything with this new MPG code S1, we do not give any additional discounts on software assurance. Again, there might be other items that we don't give additional discount, like OEM items that we don't give additional discount. But again, you can actually put 5% across the entire solution, or maybe you want to give additional discount against a portion of this particular solution. So once you enter your request for additional discount, scroll down to the midways of this particular screen here. Now you have several options. You have the Save Configuration onto the Mitel server, and then you have this button here, Save Configuration and Submit Discount Request. We do not want you all to select this button here. If you select this button, it's going to go to Mitel Channel Account Manager, Territory Account Manager for review. Again, do not select this. What we encourage you guys to do is to submit your request, your SPA request to Jenny. So what we encourage you to do is to save this to your server, to the Mitel server. You notice that each configuration, the system gives you a default file name or end user name. You can always go in and change it to whatever file name you want it to be. But if you want to change the file name, you can enter the file name that you want it to be and select Save the configuration to the Mitel server. And once you select that button, you're going to get this pop-up here, and just select Yes. And you're going to get this dialog window. It's going to show you the file name as well as the tracking number. Every configuration that you do within CPQ, you're going to get a tracking ID number. This is the tracking ID number that you need to email to Jenny for them to request additional discount on your behalf. So you can email this to Jenny, or you can actually copy the tracking ID. In this particular example, I'm going to email it, and I'm going to email it to mitel@jenny.com. I'm also going to send a copy to myself. Again, here's the tracking ID of the configuration, and you select just email that to them. Well, evidently I have an issue here, so I'm just going to email it to myself. All right. So you email that to Jenny, and then they can move forward and prepare the SPA on your behalf. Let's say, for instance, that maybe a day or two later you need to make a change to the configuration. Again, by selecting this button here, you save it to the Mitel server, but maybe you want to go back and make some changes to that configuration. So let's go back to the home page here that takes us back to the beginning. So you want to make some changes to that configuration. So what you would do, you go up to your save files, and you can look for the configurations that you completed. Again, I haven't done that many in this example, so I'm just going to assume this is the one that I just completed. You can also do advanced search here. You can search by keywords. You can search by the tracking number. If you have a unique ID, you can always put in a unique ID and search for your configuration. In this example, here's the configuration I just completed. So I'm going to select this link here, and I'm going to load it. And so now the configuration that I prepared, previously, several days previous, if I want to make some changes, you can go in and make changes to your configuration and everything. Once you make your changes to your configuration, and maybe you want to, anytime you make a change to configuration on a SPA, you have to request it again. So let's say, for instance, you ordered 30, 40 phones, and you requested a SPA, and then 10 days later the customer said, well, we need to add some additional phones or some additional license. You have to go through this process again of requesting a SPA. If you make a change to your configuration and hit the save button, the tracking ID is going to remain the same, but it's going to change to 01 to 02. So if you notice that, because I went into the configuration tool, went into the same configuration, the tracking ID remained the same, but it changed to 02. So this can be 03, 04, 05, etc. So anytime you make a change to existing configuration, this particular number here on the end is going to change.